Hi there, my name is Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today I'm going to be showing you the difference between a wired connection, that's an Ethernet connection, and a Wi-Fi connection when you're streaming your Xbox One onto a Windows 10 device. So this feature came out about a year ago now, and you can Google it. It's a good idea. Basically, if somebody is using or watching the TV in the room with your Xbox One in, you can now stream it wirelessly or wired to another Windows 10 device as long as it's on the same network. So in my house I've got Cat6 cables wired everywhere. So basically I've got Ethernet cables all over the place. So right now this is connected using a wired connection, but I am also going to do a Wi-Fi connection just to show you the difference in quality, and I'm also going to do play around with a few of the settings just to see what it looks like, and then you'll have a better idea yourself if you're using Wi-Fi at the moment, and if it's a bit laggy or the picture's not great, then you might want to think about upgrading to cables, or the Wi-Fi might work absolutely fine. So we'll have a little look, but just to quickly show you my setup. The game I'm going to be playing is Forza Horizon 2. Obviously if you were playing something like Minecraft then the quality wouldn't be as important, and other games which are more fast moving will have, the lag might be a lot more important on a game, on a fast moving game. So for the purpose of the video I've just connected it up via a HDMI cable. So my PC is connected to my TV via a HDMI cable. That's because my monitor is not the best quality, so I thought I'd connect it up to my TV so it's full HD, which is 1080p. So that's a HDMI cable in the back, and at the front I'm just using the USB Xbox One charging cable into a USB port. So you are tethered to the controller via a cable. I believe you can get a wireless one now, but I haven't got one, but I'm quite happy to use it via the cable. So basically my computer is networked. This is my Ethernet cable here. So this PC is connected straight to my router, and also my Xbox One is connected to my router via a cable as well. But as I say, I will do a Wi-Fi connection as well later in the video. So just to show you where the Xbox One is. So the Xbox One is here. Okay, and that's where the Xbox One is. Right, so, and the router's under the stairs. So first things first, we'll do a speed test just to see what speed we're connecting at. Okay, so I'm just going to do the speed test now using speedtest.net. And to save you sitting through it, I'll just show you the first couple of seconds, and then I'll show you the end result. The result's going to be around 73, 74 and 5 meg on the upload. The ping's quite low, it's only 9 milliseconds. Okay, so you see we have a 73.4 meg download and just over 5 meg upload. So now I'm going to go back to the Forza game using this wired connection. Okay, so we're going to play the game now, but first things first, I'm going to set the setting to very high. What you do there is you move to the top corner and you can choose between different settings. Now, before you do this, you can test the streaming, and it will give you an indication of what you can and you can't have depending on your connection speeds. So I'm going to put it on to very high, and that will give me the best graphics, and if it can handle it, then you will get the best possible experience. So let me just put it on to very high. Okay, so that's just wearing away, and now we're on very high. So if you have a look around at the actual graphics, to me, using the very high setting, they don't actually look different than when I'm playing the Xbox in the other room. I appreciate it's going to be hard to see through the camera, but if I go into the car now, and if you have a look around, move his hands, to me that looks very similar to when I'm playing it in the other room. So let's see if there's any glitches or anything when we're playing it, and also see what the lag's like. Excuse my driving. So you can see when I'm moving left or brake, it does seem to be very responsive. I was playing this earlier, and to be honest with you, on this setting under very high, there doesn't seem to be any difference at all playing this game. I appreciate it will be different on other games. So let's get a bit of speed up and let's see if it starts glitching. So to me that's more than usable. Yeah. So if you look around the place, I think those graphics are pretty good. So let's put it onto the lowest setting now, and just to see the difference. Right, so that's going to go down to the lowest setting. See if we can notice the difference. Yeah, you can. See, all of a sudden everything's not as sharp. Let's just brake there. Let's go into the car. Now, can you see his hands? They're not quite, they don't look as sharp as they did before. I'm not sure if it's going to be picked up on the video. I mean, it's still okay, but the reason I like this game so much is just because of the graphics of it. And yeah, that's quite noticeable to me. And also, if you look at the road, hold on, let's just break that. The road, it seems more grainy. It doesn't seem as sharp as it normally does. But let's give it a quick play. I mean, it's still completely playable. It kind of reminds me more maybe of an early Xbox 360 game. See, when you look at the scenery, it's just not, it's nowhere near as clear. But again, it's just as responsive, which it would be, because obviously it's using less data. But to me, there doesn't appear to be any lag at all, not on this particular game. Have a look around the place. I mean, it's still good, but it's not as clear. Just to give you a comparison again, I'm quickly going to go back onto the high setting, just to see if you can see it, quality jump. Yeah, so if you look at the buildings in the background and if you look at the road, just stop that, if you look at the road, it's definitely clearer, and the buildings in the background, everything just looks sharp. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, this is using the wired connection. So the Xbox is wired to my router and it connects at roughly about 68 meg. This PC is wired to my router, and as you've seen on the speed test, it's connecting at about 74 meg. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set them both up as wireless. So my Xbox to my router will be Wi-Fi, and my PC to my router will be Wi-Fi. And then let's see if there's any glitches when you're driving along fast. Let's see what the graphics is like. Let's see if we can even get to the very high setting, because maybe it will just be unusable. So then hopefully that will give you a good idea of whether you want to go out. If you're playing it on Wi-Fi and it keeps glitching and it's unusable, then maybe you do want to go out and get some cables, if that's possible, or maybe some Powerline adapters. In fact, I do have Powerline adapters, so maybe I could do a quick test via the Powerline adapter just to see if that's going to affect anything. In fact, I probably will do that. I'll do Wi-Fi, and then I'll use the Powerline adapter just to see the difference there. Okay, so we're going to do a speed test now in the streaming TV, and this one now, the PC this time is connected via the Wi-Fi. Again, I'll just show you the first few seconds just so you get an idea of the speed, and then we'll see how it performs. So it is a lot less than it was before. It was 73 or 74 before, and now it's under half that, so it's about 32. And the upload, I might as well just let the video run now. The upload is going to be, I presume, near 5 again. Yeah, so it's about just under 32 download and just over 5 upload. Right, so this is the speed test via the Xbox One. This is working via the Wi-Fi now. As you can see, it's not as good here because there's more obstacles in between the Xbox One down here and the router under the stairs. But the download's 20 meg, upload just under 5, latency is quite high, wireless strength 62%. So let's see how we get on now, because although in the other room the Wi-Fi is working really well, it's not working very well in here. So let's see if it makes any impact on the game. Just before we go back to the other room, I just wanted to show you the graphics from the actual Xbox One itself, you know, via the HDMI. If you have a look at the road there. See, it's nice and clear, and if I go inside, if you look at his hands, as you can see, the image is sharp. Apart from the battered up car. If you have a look in the buildings in the background, you can see that the bricks are nice and sharp. So let's go next door now and let's see what it's like when it's streaming to the other room. Okay, so we're on the very high setting again. Let's see how, well, you can already see what's happening, can't you? It's breaking up all over the place. Very laggy. Okay, so that is unplayable. So even though there's 20 meg between the Xbox One and the router, and there's, I can't remember what it was, 33 or whatever it was, 34 between the Xbox, between the my PC and the router, it is actually unplayable because it's not fully responding to what I'm asking it to do. See, can you see? Yeah, okay. So let's lower down the setting. There's no point in going on with that. Let's lower down the setting to high, and let's see if it's usable under high. I mean, the graphics look good when it's not moving. Right, so this is under high. Let's see if it's usable now. No. Right, okay, so it's not usable under high. Let's drop it down to medium. Right, so that's medium now. It's definitely better. It's still not perfect. It's, hold on, let's see. You can hear by the sound as well. Yeah, so it's better, but no, it's still not right. Can you see it jumping and jerking around the place? Right, let's drop it again. Yes, that's still no good. Right, now we're now on low, so this is the lowest setting. Yes, that's definitely better. Obviously you've lost the quality on the graphics now. But it does seem responsive. Yeah, that seems okay. So there you go, you can see that you will have to, depending on your Wi-Fi connection, you'll probably have to keep dropping it to make it playable. But on the low setting it is okay. There's still the odd kind of glitch. You see every now and then it goes a bit jerky, just like then. Little one there. The camera might not be picking it up, but so in this instance there's a huge difference between a wired connection and a Wi-Fi connection. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a Powerline connection. These are the Powerline adapters that you plug into the electrical mains, and they send the Ethernet cable down your electric wiring in your house. So it's it is kind of like a wired connection. I know they're not as good as a wired connection, but often they're better than wireless. Well, it depends on the electrical wiring in your house, but often they're better than wireless. So let's turn this off now, and what we'll do is we'll do a Powerline connection and see how we get on with that one. Okay, so I've set the Powerline adapters up now. So it is an Ethernet connection. It's an Ethernet cable. Got quite a long Ethernet cable here that connects to Powerline adapter. Okay, if you want to know more about these, I've done videos on them, so you can watch those videos to learn a bit more about them. Okay, so let's do a speed test on the Powerline adapters. Okay, so that's near enough as good as the wired connection. Well, it is as good as the wired connection, because the Cat 6 connection at the very beginning was 74 meg. So let's just see what the upload is. So it's going to be about the same, isn't it? Around about 5 meg upload. So what we'll do, we'll go back to Forza now, and let's see how it plays via the Powerline adapters. Let's see if it's as good as a wired connection. Okay, so I need to change the setting from low back to very high again, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, so that's changed now. Let's just move the car out and let's have a look at the scenery in the car. Well bashed up. But that looks nice and sharp, doesn't it? Which it would do because it's on the very high. Now, just to let you know, the Xbox One in the other room is still connected via Wi-Fi. I've only done it via the Powerline adapter between this PC and the router. So it's still Wi-Fi between the Xbox One and the router, and it's a Powerline adapter between this PC and the router. So it's a kind of cross at the moment between half a wired connection, half a Wi-Fi connection. So let's see how we go. And we're on the very high one now. Let's see. Feels fine. There's no lag there at all. The scenery and everything looks just like the wired connection at the beginning. Let's have a look in the car. See the guy's hands. Let's get out in the sun so you can actually see his hands a bit. Hold on. There. Yeah, that looks as good. Yeah, there's no glitch in there at all. So it definitely looks like the weeks. It's not the Xbox One's fault. The problem with the Wi-Fi is between my PC and the router, because when I use the Powerline adapter, which is using the electrical wiring between the router and the PC, it's absolutely fine. It's exactly the same as a wired connection. So yeah, so the reason I've done this video is just to show you the difference between it all. So at home, if you're struggling, well then you can think, oh well, I can get a Powerline adapter, or you might be able to just run a wired connection between, for example, your PC or your laptop and your router. And then if you can rely on the Wi-Fi from the Xbox One, I mean it might be different in your house, but in my place the Xbox One is obviously working fine Wi-Fi wise between the router and the Xbox One. So I hope you found it useful. Apologies for it being a bit long, but it's kind of hard to kind of condense it when you're doing all these different tests and stuff. But yeah, hopefully that will give you an idea of how the streaming works and the quality wise. I'm more than happy with it. And yeah, the idea that I'm going to do is I've got all my house connected up with these HDMI cables back to the understairs cupboard. And I had problems before because I couldn't really use the Xbox One controller any more than about 10, at a push 15 meters away via USB to Ethernet dongles. And but what I'm going to do now is I've got Windows 10 loaded up on an old laptop, so I'm going to use the laptop to plug my controller into, and then I'll be able to get as long as I've got a Wi-Fi connection, I'll be able to use the controller to control the car, but then I'll have the picture from the HDMI cable, so I can put it to low quality, but yet my picture's still going to be good because the picture is being distributed by the HDMI splitter. But I will do a video on that another time because I'm yet to set it up and fully test it. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like. Please subscribe for other how-to videos. Take care.